You back here. How you feeling?
I'm okay. Today's been okay. The last week has been okay.
Yeah. Well, what's been going on since I saw you last?
Still dealing with the same stuff. The divorce is taking a long time, so that's frustrating. My husband is not complying to anything. He's just getting mad and emailing me about ridiculous stuff when if he could just sign some papers, that would make things smoother, but he's not doing that. He's not seeing his son.
So he's refusing to sign the papers?
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
Which doesn't make any sense, but
Yeah, that definitely makes the process a lot more difficult for
Yeah.
you. It's unfortunate. So how are you doing with your boundaries?
I feel like I'm doing a lot better. I'm trying not to feel so sorry about everything when this is not even my fault. So less crying and less feeling bad. So
That's good. That's really good.
That is good.
Yeah. So has he still been saying these hurtful things when he is contacting you?
Yeah, he has. I feel like at this point he has nothing else to say, so he just continues with that, calling me the B word and why?
Right.
Why?
Yeah. No, that's a lot of weight on your shoulders, and it's hard to hear those things and read those things about yourself, especially when you read it so often, your mind almost starts to believe it,
Mhm.
and you just kind of have to keep reminding yourself that, none of that is true.
Right.
So can you tell me more about where you're at within the divorce process?
Right now he's been served papers and he had 15 days or 20 days or something to respond to those. He has not, so because of that, my lawyer sends something to the court so I can get divorced by default or whatever, but that's something that the court has to approve, and that's another 30 days of waiting. So
Okay.
right now we're just waiting,
Okay.
which is pretty frustrating, but
Yeah, definitely.
because there's nothing I can't even do anything right now.
Right.
If he emails me saying weird stuff or mean stuff, I just kind of have to take it at this point.
Right. Okay. And let's see. So when he reaches out, are you responding to his messages, or are you?
I'm not responding to the things that he says. If he talks about our son, then I will respond. If he's talking about him wanting to set up a time and a day to see him, I'll respond to that. But everything else that he says, I just ignore all of that.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what he even expects me to say to
Right.
any of that.
Right.
It has nothing to do with anything.
Right.
So
So are you feeling a bit, conflicted about trying to set up these meetings versus not responding at all, or is he not trying to set up meetings to see him?
he is not trying to set up meetings to see him. There was one email where he said something oh, I'm trying to find another job, and he was I can see him today. He's yeah, actually, I can see him today, and you can bring him over, and then he can stay with me for a couple days, and I'll bring him back on Monday or something. And that was a few days ago, and I was just you need to plan something with me. I was if you can't do Monday and Tuesdays your scheduled days that we had before, we can do something else. You just need to let me know when you're free. But I was I can't just drop our plans today to bring him to you, because we had plans that day. And plus it was 4 p.m. and he was telling me to bring him over, and that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And then after I said all that, I never got a response. Did not respond to that at all. So I'm just you don't want to see him, like,
Right.
you know, and then he comes back at me like, you're making it difficult to see my son, and I just want to see him, blah, 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 and I'm just like, okay, tell me a day you're free, and then he doesn't do that.
Yeah. And that must be extremely frustrating.
Yeah, it is.
You know?
Like, do you want to see him or not?
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm sure that makes you feel sad too for your son, because not only is it upsetting for you, but you also kind of feel like this guilt as a parent, you know, for your son, you know, who is missing out on that relationship with his father.
Right.
So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's sad for him. I do feel really bad about that. But
and you've spent so much time carrying all of this responsibility as well, which, you know, is extremely taxing on a person, and
yeah.
it's you know, that's really hard.
Yeah. It's sad doing everything by yourself. It's sad that my 3-year-old has grown up to see or to believe that, you know, his dad doesn't live at home.
Right.
You know, like that's normal to him.
Yeah.
That's not supposed to be like that.
Yeah, of
But
course.
that's how it is.
And I think that, you know, for you, you know, it's almost a little bit more difficult in this stage than it is for your son, because I don't want to say luckily, but it is his normal,
Mhm.
you know. So, you know, it's probably not affecting him as badly as it's affecting you, you
Right,
know.
yeah, and I think about that all the time, and I'm almost like, thank God this happened when he was 1 year old and not when he was like
Right.
5 or 6 and could really understand what was
Mhm.
going on, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, because his dad hasn't lived with us since, you know, a couple months after Atticus turned 1, so he didn't know what was going on then, and he
Right.
still doesn't know what's going on. He just thinks that dad doesn't live with us and he sees him sometimes, and at this point, like, it's been over a month since they've seen each other. Like,
Yeah.
why?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's extremely sad, you
Mhm.
know. And, you know, again, luckily, you know, kids are resilient, you know, so luckily, you know, he doesn't quite grasp that concept. It's his normal, you know, which again, it's not a good thing, you know, but like I said, I think that take less of that guilt off of yourself, you know, because it's not your fault, you know, and again, you're here, you're present, and you're doing the best that you can for your son. What does it feel like for you to be responsible managing, like, you're both parents at the same time?
I feel like I've gotten used to it almost, so it's not, I think in the beginning when he first was gone, it was scary for me because I'm like, what am I supposed to do with him? Like, what am I supposed to do with my kid? And like, in the beginning it was scary, and in the beginning it was scary, but right now I feel like I've gotten so used to it that it's not so scary for me. It just makes things a lot harder.
Yeah.
Like, obviously everything's a lot harder, you know, like, I can't take a shower without him wanting to, you know, come in there with me. I can't just like run to the store really quick and come back for something. Like, I gotta bring him. I have to bring him everywhere I go. You
Yeah, it's
know?
a whole event every
Mhm.
time you're trying to.
And it's gotten easier, but there's still like, it's just hard. It's
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah, trying to complete a simple
Mhm.
task is, you know, more taxing than it would be if, you know, you could hand your child off to their other parent
Mhm.
and
Right.
go get whatever you need to get done and
Mhm.
then come back.
Right.
You know, it takes a lot more time, a lot more effort
Mm-hmm.
just to go to the store for something simple.
Right.
You know.
And I can't do anything like go get my nails done or go get my hair done. Like, I can't do those things.
Right.
I should be able to do those things,
Yeah,
but
of
like,
course.
I
Of
literally
course.
cannot.
Yeah,
So,
no, you definitely should be, and that's, you know, that's frustrating,
Mhm.
and, you know, that that can also take a toll on you as well, because, you know, these things are self-care things that we do to make ourselves feel better,
Yeah.
you know, and it's frustrating when you don't have that time to take care of you too.
Right.
And I think that a goal, and again, I know it's difficult, but, you know, maybe another goal is to try to find a little bit more time to be able to do something like that. Maybe even if it's not once a week, once every other week, you know.
Yeah.
I think you did mention that does he go to like a little school or a little
He does.
daycare thing?
Yeah, he does have preschool, and he goes 2 days out of the week because that's all that I can afford right now. I'm barely affording that, but he does go on 2 days out of the week. So I could use those days to do something for myself. I haven't. I should.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it would be good to kind of, you know, maybe if it's an hour out of one of the days
Mhm.
to do something like that, you know.
Yeah.
Just to kind of make yourself feel good too, you know,
Yeah.
because that's really important.
Yeah, I'll have to do that.
So you kind of shared how the divorce process has been stressful and how the contact from your ex kind of causes you a little bit of stress and anxiety.
Mhm.
And then we've also expressed the guilt that you feel for kind of what your son is going through.
Yeah.
So I would say the biggest takeaway from today would be to kind of try to find that time to take for yourself, you know. And I know that it's hard, but you know, any of the time that you can find, you know, kind of do something nice for yourself, even if you can't necessarily, you know, go get your nails or your hair done. You know, maybe go to the store, because I remember in our last session you had mentioned that, you know, sometimes when you're by yourself you go and you get Atticus stuff from the store. You know, maybe get something for yourself next time.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, keep up with those boundaries. I think that you're doing really well with that, and I'm glad to hear that you've been keeping those boundaries up. So that's awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
And then we'll kind of pick back up next week and see where you're at.
Okay, hopefully I'll have my nails done.
Yes, that would be lovely.